Tom, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, I am Tom Holland. You might recognize me as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and I am here to tell you that Spidey's back for an all-new adventure in Spider-Man No Way Home. I know people say this a lot, but I mean it when I say that you're gonna see things in this movie that you've never, ever seen before. I'm talking about pumpkin bombs, sandstorms, the multiverse, which, okay, you might have seen them before, but I promise, not like this and not together. Also, Peter Parker is finally heading off to college and the word is out. So yeah, everyone knows that he is Spider-Man. So throw your fan theories out the window. They're probably not true, or are they? And get ready to see one of the most ambitious films we've ever made. An incredible story with lots of heart, laughter, high-flying action, mind-blowing effects, and some insane villains. No Way Home is the culmination of the Homecoming trilogy and the start of a multiverse of possibilities. Forget Cyber Monday, this is now Spider Monday. And to celebrate, I have a really big announcement. But first, let me bring in two very special friends to help out.
I mean, it's only right. We are your best friends, right?
It makes sense for us to join this announcement.
Of course, I mean, who else would it be? Now that we're all here, Zendaya, do you want to share the news?
I don't know if I should. You're Spider-Man, so.
Well, I thought it would be fun if you could.
No, I'll just say it. Tickets for Spider-Man No Way Home are officially on sale.
Get them now, right now, on Fandango.
We'll see you at the theaters.
Spider-Man always here, aka War Stew. So if you are new around here, please subscribe to the channel to never miss any of the videos, and it helps us out more than you'll ever know. Turn the notifications on as well. Check us out on Instagram if you want to see what the voice behind the face looks like, and let me know, does the voice match the face? A lot of people say it doesn't. Also check us out on Twitter, WarStewG. I've got like 5 followers over there, so if you want to interact with me, hit me up on Twitter. Also, I try and reply back to every single DM I get on Instagram for that personal chat. So Spider-Man No Way Home comes out very, very soon. The embargo lifts on the 13th of December, and it comes out in United Kingdom on the 15th. So careful for spoilers. There will be spoilers absolutely everywhere from the 14th of this month. Now, press screeners for press, not actually for critics, they only got access to 40 minutes of the movie. Now, this is nothing to do with Andrew or Tobey. Now, if you think the only reason Sony Pictures are running everything, the PR, the press, it's literally their movie, nothing to do with Marvel Studios, to the point where some people have been reaching out to Marvel Studios to clarify this 40-minute screener. It's a Sony Columbia picture movie, nothing to do with Marvel. They just shoot it. It's in conjunction with Marvel, but it's a Sony movie, so please, guys, realize it's Sony. Now, the restrictions are trying to hide everything. This is so much greater and bigger than just Tobey and Andrew returning. Guys, everyone knows that Tobey and Andrew have been returning to this movie for the last 15 months, as I keep saying. Every single YouTuber has been talking about it for a year, well, over a year and a half now. Soup, Everything Always, Cosmic Wonder, Den of Nerds, me, War Stew, Marvelous Wave, so many other YouTubers. This is not about Tobey and Andrew, but there is more affirmation and confirmation that Tobey and Andrew are 100% in this movie. We don't really need any more affirmation or confirmation, but there is more confirmation. So, we know that Don Campier, Mr. Don Campier. Yeah, Don Campier, who leaked the images that revealed Charlie Cox is in this and revealed an image of Tobey and Andrew, and Mr. Don Campier thought it wasn't real. It's clearly real, because then we get trailer 2. You see the scaffold scene. You literally see Andrew Garfield swinging through. For some reason, they tried to change the suit and put it half as Tom Holland, but kept the eyes as Andrew Garfield's eyes. And yeah, you know the scene with Sandman and Lizard, where Lizard gets punched in the face from someone invisible, and it's not Ant-Man, and it's really not Ant-Man. So we know that Tobey and Andrew are in this movie, but something else actually leaked, which I like going over stuff like this because I find it amuses me, to be honest. Doing YouTube, not a lot amuses me, really. But this amuses me. So, the official soundtrack leaked. And I know it's real because if you actually look for it on Twitter, as the time of recording this video, there's lots of this images has been taken down, a copyright claim. This image has been deleted. So, this soundtrack, realistically, does confirm the whole of the movie to the point where, yes, Tobey and Andrew are 100% in this movie. But as I keep saying, guys, it's not just about Tobey and Andrew. So there is a soundtrack called Death. Aunt May dies, confirmed. I'm not confirming it, guys. It could be anyone. Could be MJ. Could be Ned. Could be Aunt May. Realistically, it's going to be Aunt May. The interesting thing is 6 track number 6 is Casting the Spell, Doc Ock Bridge Act, and it all looks like in line. Villains captured. But track 19 is the track that everyone's talking about. Everyone's talking about track 19. Why? Because it's called SpiderMan with an E, not man. So M-E-N, man, not men. SpiderMan, which, yeah, this is pretty much going to be a scene to do with Andrew and Tobey. And the people that got access to this and could actually play it before it got deleted off the internet, but you could probably find it somewhere. It is literally their soundtracks. It's so obvious what they're doing. Now, it also does leak the ending of the movie as well. Careful for spoilers, because 21, sound 21, track 21 in the studio as I talk into my Shure SM7B. It's called Goodbye. Goodbye. So what is this? Goodbye, Andrew. Goodbye, Tobey. Goodbye, Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Miles Morales confirmed. Now, the track before it is actually even more interesting. Now choose. Interesting. Now choose. Is this the scene before MJ dies? Now choose. Is he going to save Ned? Is he going to save MJ? We don't know. I mean, you could actually make a lot of hypotheses, a lot of theories, because you got the Sinister, track 12, Death, track 13, Sadness, track 14, and some people seem to think it's actually the real track name is May's Death. Now, if Sony didn't actually copyright claim the soundtrack and the images, I would say this is pretty much fake, but the soundtrack is 100% real. So what I find amusing is I still read the comments, Andrew and Tobey, they're not in the movie, there's no evidence. So you get Tom Holland literally going, yo, I've got 2 very special guests for me. It's Jacob and Zendaya, MJ and Ned. Although you got to understand that they were in Homecoming, they were in Far From Home, so we've seen them for literal years. Who else could it be? I don't know. Who else could it? Andrew and Tobey? At this point, I don't really care about the Andrew and Tobey part of this movie because I know due to the fact they limited the not press, they're not critics because they don't actually review the movie. They just get to see it early so they can ask basic questions. I mean, what I don't get about these interviewers that get to ask the questions is, realistically, they don't ask very good questions. A few of them, occasionally, comicbook.com usually ask pretty good questions, to be fair, but most of them just ask really bad questions. So we know Andrew and Tobey in this movie, yet people are still like, they're not in it. They're not in it. Even though there's been like literally 25 inklings and now their soundtrack is in the official No Way Home soundtrack and people are like, they're still not in it. They're still not in it. But recently, in an interview with comicbook.com, Tom Holland said to follow him. Tom Holland says he knows who bought the Avengers Tower. Oh, right. They sold the Avengers Tower, and I do know who bought the Avengers Tower, he said. Now, what's interesting here is, careful spoilers, don't want to ruin your life, but Kingpin is essentially going to be in Hawkeye. So the best theory going around at the moment is Mr. Fisk Wilson bought the Avengers Tower, or because the fact that Spider-Man said that, it could back up that, you know, they could have Kingpin in a Spider-Man storyline down the road, or it's going to be Norman Osborn that bought it. But seeing as it's a Norman Osborn Friar the multiverse that's coming through, it is actually interesting who actually bought the Avengers Tower. Shall we do a theory? And people are like, yeah, it's definitely 100% Oscorp. But is it though? Because it wouldn't really make much sense if they're going to use Willem Dafoe Green Goblin going forward if he bought the tower and he's only just come through the multiverse. Now, everyone seems to think it's the Baxter building because of the kind of 4 images that appeared like a year ago. I don't know. I would say Wilson Fisk, Kingpin would make a lot more sense. If that was what they were going to do, I don't really think it'd be a good move if Oscorp bought the Avengers Tower, but you never know. In Morbius, there was the Oscorp building there. Is that the Avengers Tower? We don't know, but it is fascinating. It really is fascinating. Now, what is interesting is we made a video saying Miles was going to be in this movie. In fact, we made a video before anyone made a video. Back in Spider-Man Far From the Home days when we go, Miles is going to appear. But what's interesting is Phil Lord and Christopher Miller said Miles Morales will not appear in this movie. Interesting. And I really hope this conspiracy theory that Into Spideyverse 2, Across the Spideyverse, when people seem to think that animated Miles Morales is somehow going to venture into the MCU because we see the hexagon when he's going through the multiverse in the Into Spideyverse 2 teaser trailer, new first look footage. Well, Marvel just uses the hex for multiverse. They use the hex for something important in WandaVision, and they use the hex in Loki. So a hex is just a representation of something really massive when it comes to this. But I really hope that Miles Morales does appear in this movie because, as I keep saying, they're not keeping the fake press away from watching the full movie because Tobey and Andrew are in it, bro. That can't be the actual reason. And most people right now are like, yeah, we don't care for No Way Home. It's across the Spideyverse. Yeah, I'm more interested in across the Spideyverse, to be fair. It does look really cool. One Spider-Man actor has been confirmed not to be in No Way Home. Now, realistically, NDAs, it doesn't really matter what anyone says when they confirm they're not in it. I think it would have been huge fun. It would have been a kick in the pants to have the old guy there. I was really hoping I would be approached, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. So Nicholas Hammond played Daily Planet photographer Peter Parker, as well as our neighborhood-friendly Spider-Man in the first live-action version of the character in America, making Hammond the true OG webhead. And he said he wasn't actually approached, which would have been cool for, I guess, nostalgia reasons. But guys, you're seriously telling me this is to do with Tobey and Andrew? This is far bigger than Tobey and Andrew. Why they are not showing the fake press everything? Is Kingpin in this? We don't know. We know he's going to feature in at least episode 4 and 5 based on fake scoopers. Let's call them fake scoopers, because let's be honest, they get things wrong and then they kind of say, yeah, I said that, then I said that, then I said that. So Tom Holland also said this. Tom Holland has confirmed that Peter will head off to college in No Way Home. Peter Parker is finally heading off to college. And the word is out. So yeah, everyone knows he's Spider-Man, okay? We pretty much know this from trailer 1. The funny thing I find about all these interviews is everything Tom Holland said and he's saying, everyone already knows because the trailer already explains it. It's like these interviews are for people that don't understand how everything else also works. It's fascinating to me because it's like common sense, everything he says. So Spider-Man across the Spideyverse producers Phil Lord and Chris Mullins say Miles Morales won't be in Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought I'd reaffirm this because this is the actual full quote I found whilst editing it. We've seen No Way Home, so we would be very surprised if Miles showed up, but every part is part of the Spideyverse, they said. So I think they're affirming that their version of Miles is in it. Well, it doesn't mean there's not a different version of Miles Morales in it, does it? And we also got a new kind of footage of Morbius that comes out in January. Very much looking forward to that. So like always, guys, let me know down below why you still don't think Tobey and Andrew are in this movie. Even though we've got to the point now where I don't really care if they're in the movie, although they are 100% in the movie, but for some reason you guys keep going they're not in the movie. Something big is in the movie, like Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2099, a random character appearing, something much greater than Tobey and Andrew. Because let's be honest, everyone's known for a year and a half they've been in this movie. So like always, guys, I'll keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest Spider-Man No Way Home news. Hopefully this is the last video I make before I do my review of the movie and post-credit video and end and explain all that kind of good stuff. So hopefully we won't need to do any more. Now, if you see any videos going around about trailer 3, there's going to be a final trailer. Really, there's going to be loads of TV spots before the movie comes out, but the tickets are on sale. I really don't think they're going to do a final trailer. The premiere's 1 week away. They've not even finished editing the movie yet properly. I really don't think they're going to do another tease trailer. But our website said that we're going to get the money shot. We're going to get Tobey and Andrew. Yeah, because that website knows absolutely nothing. Every super duper scooper said, yeah, we're going to get Tobey and Andrew in the final trailer. And they're like, oh yeah, but Sony changed their mind. Marvel said they can't. No, Marvel have nothing to do with the trailers. Sony don't want to show Tobey and Andrew. So please get this out of your head that Tobey and Andrew are not going to appear in the trailer. They've already done pretty well with ticket sales, but it's only tracking for $250 million opening weekend. Let's be honest. Endgame did $1 billion. Everyone keeps going, this is going to break $1 billion. This movie should break $3 billion for the amount of hype around it. But let's be honest, guys. It's not going to smash Endgame's record. Now, I know everyone's going to go, but post-pandemic. Guys, we've been out of this pandemic for such a long time now. You can't keep pulling on that. 98% of people are back at work now. So if it can't break $600 million globally opening weekend, then it realistically is a flop. I know this movie will smash $1 billion in total overall, but realistically, this movie should be able to do $2 billion very easily because everyone says it's going to be the greatest comic book movie ever. Justice League Snyder Cut, I don't really think it's going to beat that, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to this movie. Cycles, guys, I'll keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest factual, real news, no clickbait bullshit here. And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch you later.